We're going to do two-part series. The first part is, and this is this one, it's getting ready to claim the age pension.
Yeah.
So we're going to dig deep. We've got a heap of questions that we've put together that will be quite useful to anyone at any age. And if you aren't age 67 or if you're still under 60, you can still have a think and a look at the concepts here because broadly speaking, there are rarely huge changes year on year to these government benefits.
Yeah, there's indexation that occurs,
Yeah.
which basically means the assets and income get bigger and bigger, which means that people who weren't eligible for a pension on the 30th of June become eligible for a pension on the 1st of July, for example. But apart from that, the basic premise behind the age pension has been that safety net.
Yeah.
Been the way for ages. So I don't know if people know, but there is actually a 3-pillar policy for retirement savings in Australia. Your first pillar is your compulsory superannuation, which has just 1st of July increased to 12%. Your second pillar is the savings that you may be building up in whatever form apart from that. So that's your investment properties, your share portfolios, your bank accounts. And the third pillar is for those people that don't have enough of one and two is your safety net age pension, which is the guarantee of an income for everybody who meets the requirements but is over age pension age.
Yeah.
So having that knowledge of the age pension is great. Not needing the age pension is fantastic because you've managed to really do well in building up the first and the second pillars going through, but it is absolutely there for people that need it.
Yeah, and I think you touched on an interesting point there, which I'm quite vocal on. This is a safety net for society, and I want to make a couple of observations here. I do not believe that this safety net is going anywhere. If you have a look at the government's intergenerational report, it's baked in. Like it's there, the NDIS, Centrelink benefits, Social Security. It's not going anywhere. Sure, there could be tweaks over time. I'm now, don't like to admit it, but in my early 40s now.
A child, really.
Still a boy, Justin. Still a boy.
The joy is we've got the same hairstyle.
That's right. Hey, you're a guest here. You're a guest here. Look, in future governments, by the time I'm age 67, the eligibility may change, but I'm not, as in from age 67 to 70. We know in Europe, I think Denmark or Sweden have just increased to age 70. But someone my age and younger, you have been warned, you have your own superannuation. Let's not use Centrelink age pension as a target. Now, this is where it gets grey. In this generation, and many of our listeners knocking on 60's door and 65's door, they might not have the assets and the super. They might have come out of a relationship and have rocked up at age 60, asset poor, awesome. The age pension is that safety net. So I just want to say that I'm confident that it's not going anywhere. If you're under 40, you've been warned. Just build wealth, and if you can get $1 a fortnight from the age pension when you are 70, knock yourself out, but it's not a target in your financial life.
No, so the other side of it, there's always going to be people who just are not able to build wealth. There's always going to be people that need government support, and that's why that government support is there. But the other side of it is that the way that the age pension works, and the way super in particular works, is that as you get older with superannuation, you're required to draw down more and more. So the theory behind the superannuation funding through an account-based pension is that gradually you're going to be eating into and depleting those assets. So as your assets go down as you get older, and as the income and assets test indexation allow those limits to grow, it's going to come to a point where they cross. And so just because you're not eligible for a pension at 67 doesn't mean you're never going to be eligible for one.
Yeah.
The big concern is trying to manufacture one, because if I try and deplete my assets and now in preparation for the pension eligibility, all I'm really doing is long-term wiping out that money to look after me into my future.
Yeah.
Consequence is I have to sell and downsize earlier than I may need to, or I have to generate assets in some other way. So it's that thought process making that happen. That is something that we really want to talk through with people if that's their priority.
Yeah.
Not something that we really are trying to encourage in that these are the eligibilities, work with what you've got, big picture sort of conversation. Yeah.
Hey, it's Glen here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money, Money, Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.